Libra, how you getting on, guys? Okay, so this, thank you for ordering the reading, or wherever you are. Wherever you are. Because maybe it's too hard to see. Anyway, shut up, Steve. So this is for your June, and this is a general reading, okay? So this can involve work, career, where you would like to be, who you're involved with, family, people, friends, literally anything. But let's go on with the show. So your overall general energy is a fresh new beginning, okay? Your wish fulfillment, the star, you've got Aries, you've got so many court cards, you've got Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, oh my god. You've got the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, the Fool, the Star, Aquarius. Okay, now there's a lot going on there, but we'll see how that may tie in to things later. But the Ace of Swords, so the truth. So sorting out the truth about a marriage or paperwork or a commitment, or actually wanting the truth from somebody, or sorting out passports about travel because you've got the Fool. So wanting to know about a new direction that you're free to go in, pretty much. Am I free in order to speak? Am I karmically free? Am I free in order to travel away from something or towards something? Am I going to extend this offer to somebody to give them the truth or not? The truth may be the fact that you want to be free in order to go out and party, and someone new that you can meet. You can meet someone new. The Fool means someone new, and the Ace of Swords means someone new. If it's someone old, something new, and something blue. But it can mean the truth if you have been in a third-party relationship, or someone was overindulgent in a codependent way of being or thinking, or partying too much, or involved with three people and they were unsure and uncommittal. Then this could be the truth that's coming in about that, where someone could have been foolish because they were dealing with a lot of people. You know, you do have a lot of star signs underneath, so these can be a lot of people that you work with, or family members, or court decisions, because you have a lot of court cards also, you know. But a lot of healing generally. But it can mean that someone wants to reconcile with you and actually work on the relationship. Now, also in general, you're building up your spiritual path on which direction it is that you want to go. So you're pretty much listening to Archangel Michael. You are seeking guidance from yourself. So you are actually understanding things about you. But you're also working on a project, something that you want to create. Now, this can be at home for some people, of what I'm picking up. That you like writing, or you like blogging, or you like doing things, party planning and organising, or that you are organising a party or a night out, or it's someone's birthday and you're organising and working on that. It could be a spiritual retreat that you want to go on, and you want to go with friends, and you're actually blogging about that, or wanting to do that, or something like that, or with family members that you want to go with, or you want to go and travel to actually see somebody. But it's because this is spiritual. This is working on you spiritually, because it's 8. But you also have the 0, which is spiritual cards. So there's a lot of spiritual people. It might be like tarot cards or things, but you're also building up your wealth through that, because you're just continuing to like invest, but you have an investment that is actually proven to be successful in some manner. So you're pretty much just continuing to do that because you really enjoy it. If it's the person that you're involved with, now if it's not the truth about a third-party relationship, and it is, and you're okay with that, they want to reconcile back with you and work on the relationship. Well, they may want to work on the marriage. If you are married, or partnership or marriage, or a commitment. Now, if it's a new person that you walk into at a party, it can be a Taurus. It can be someone that you walk into a relationship with. I wouldn't say that you would walk straight into a marriage, but you could do if you want that, maybe. But it can just mean a Taurus, but it can mean a relationship. But this also means higher education. So some people are going to college, some children or your children are going to college, and they're working hard on that, and that's part of your soul group family. It can mean that some family members are wanting the truth about why you could be overindulgent, that may be drinking too much, and they want to know why. And they want to know why, but it seems like you're working on it, and they want to know why, but they see that you are working on it. But they also see that you're working on their relationship that you have with children, if these are part of children that you have, that can be a Taurus or any of these star signs, Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but that can be parts of their chart or your chart. If it's the love relationship, you're pretty much wanting to reconcile, but I see this as someone new, really. If it isn't someone new, it's the truth coming in, the fact that someone does want to reconcile. But the Three of Cups is a very strange energy, because there's always three people in that card regardless of it. So it's involving soul group lessons. You know, the three is the soulmate thing, because in the Five of Cups, someone always stares at reconciling with the Three of Cups, which talks about reconciliation, reconciling, but threes always talk about, heartache or betrayal or something that has been difficult to overcome from the past because of all the other threes that are involved within the deck. Swords or wands, making decisions, but overindulgent is the Three of Cups to me. But it's pretty much working on this relationship or partnership that you have or want with someone again. And there you go, the Two of Cups. So you've got the two and the three and the two, which is to me the Five of Cups, which means a reconciliation of someone from the past, that where the cups have been spilt and you now want to reconcile with that person that you have lost, or they do. This is vice versa, or a family member or anybody. But with the three and the two here, it's very strange, because you do have like someone new, and this is also someone new that you can meet also. Now these cards, to me, they're not great cards, because this card means soulmate energy, but it means mirroring, okay? Pretty much the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups, in my eyes, through a reader, they're not the best they're not the best, because they all mean past life relationships, of lessons of where it could be the one or it's not the one, okay? Within the Matrix, you had the architect and you had the mother and the father, okay? The mother and the father. And the architect was the father that had to redesign the Matrix in order, because it failed. It was like a failed marriage. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I'm going cold. In the Matrix, the father designed a Matrix system that failed in the past, and he had to redesign it. So how he did that was he gave birth to the Oracle, which was the mother. Now she was the one that gave choice, option, decision, choice. 3. Choice, because you've got the 2 and the 5, meaning that someone can be trying to make a decision on whether they want to walk back to their past, or whether they want to reconcile with someone in the future that's new, or whether they want to reconcile with the person that they've been. Because the Five of Cups can mean that someone that you're involved with can also be involved with someone else. You see, the Five of Cups is always someone that can't get over somebody else. So you form this chain of a matrix of learning and growing through the Two of Cups and through the 6, but also through the 5, you see. But the Oracle was the all-seeing eye. She was the one that said to Leo pretty much that you wasn't the one, but he was the one, because he chose the fact that he knew that he was. So we all are the one, and we all have soulmates all over the place. Now Neo also had his actual true soulmate, which was Trinity, which was the magician, but the universal energy of 8 of the magician, 8, okay? Now, he also had an arch nemesis, which was himself, the ego, which was the Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith. And he was his arch enemy, which was Neo, which was his dark side, his shadow side, I don't know why I'm coming that up with you, because things have come to a halt that are very slow. It can mean Taurus or Capricorn to me. Capricorn in the Knight of Pentacles, meaning cardinal, which means it's the beginning, so it's stopped, okay, 1. But then it also means Taurus, which means it's fixed and it doesn't move, and it's a fixed energy, and the Knight of Pentacles means it's not moving. So these can be your children, or it means that the truth is difficult for someone to speak on because it's stagnant. But, well, there you go. So you've got purgatory. So you've got something that's already found you, which is your karma. Someone in the dark. Someone's been left in the dark, and it could be an earth sign or a Virgo. Someone could be being left, and that can be a Virgo that's being left because it proved itself to someone that it wasn't really going anywhere. Now, the Hermit is someone that can suffer from mild depression or major depression of a low vibration. But you can get out of that because what you have found is what is right in front of your eyes, which is death or life. You know, you choose. It's a choice, like the oracle. The oracle, meaning that the Hermit, regardless of whether it's a Virgo or not, is the oracle because it's someone of an all-seeing eye of where they can connect with deceased loved ones. Okay, so you may have a deceased loved one that could be maybe a Virgo, maybe for some, you don't have to be. But this is someone that searches for the answer. So it's also meaning that someone has an answer, the truth about a Virgo or an earth sign is what I'm picking up channeling. But the all-seeing eye of Virgo is also people that are crossed over, and that you have connections with seeing an all-seeing eye of hearing because you are also gifted with clairvoyancy, with being clairvoyant, claircentric, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clear. A clear path in order to move forward or on a project is what I'm hearing. A clear path in order to go forward. Searching for something that's already found me, which is the fact that something didn't go as planned. And it may have been with a Leo. So this can also be if you are involved with a third party, because you have the 2 and the 3, which is the 5 of Cups. Okay, the 3 and the 2, which is the 5 of Cups. If someone's involved with someone else through that 5 of Cups, and that's who they're wanting to reconcile with, these can show up as those members, which can be a Leo or a Virgo, or Taurus or Capricorn, or maybe a Virgo. But I'm not really picking up much. Well, yeah, because you've got Virgo. Sorry. So this can be a Taurus or Capricorn that didn't really go anywhere with a Virgo or a Leo. You know, the Leo energy talks about trying to tame my energy, trying to temper my aggression, trying to break free of anything that's codependent also is strength. You know, it's persisting to keep doing the same thing, because it's also like listening. It's, you know, trying not to lash out, trying to tame someone's mouth is what I heard. Someone's trying to tame someone's mouth. But 8 here, and then you have 8 of universe that happens around the mother energy, the more feminine energy. So meaning like the masculine energy, for some people, if it's to do with family, could be a Leo in their chart. And you have an actual mother that is spiritual, that you're trying to build your relationship on. And the father masculine energy is Leo. And the masculine energy, the feminine energy is whoever your mother sign is. If it's Libra. Or they have that in their chart or something. Because you have a lot of major arcanas. Well, so there you go. Someone is running away from the responsibility of a marriage or a commitment that they've been in or are in. Where a marriage may have assisted to be where someone just takes money or takes like conflict and blame. They always run from responsibility of actually making the decision because they're always carrying conflict. They can be very difficult to get along with because you always see them as deceptive, but also self-deceiving themselves through partnerships that may persist to be non-committal. But they're also running away from like a Taurus energy or a commitment or a marriage, and they're running from that, but they're running towards a Leo, but they're not looking where the fuck they're going, and they could be walking into a trap. Because Leo can mean fixed, well, it is a fixed energy, but it can also mean a trap, because the Seven of Swords doesn't know where it's going, because it doesn't deal with things, because it only deals with conflict, which is the Five of Swords that the individual carries. So it carries things karmically, okay, but it also carries blame of like marriages or commitment or non-committal, because the Hierophant in its lowest form or any form can mean growth and learning through commitments that can be non-committal, and that's why this card can be painful, because it's not a great card. You know, in my eyes, people wouldn't watch tarot card readings if their life was perfect. They wouldn't need to watch it. That's why everybody don't like tarot or watch tarot, because they're in a perfect marriage. So you would only be really watching this either one for fun, but my eyes, people would watch it because they want to know there's someone I'm watching. Just because I don't trust them, you know, and that's why you have this card, because it might mean that I don't trust myself in this marriage that I am in or may want to be in, and are they actually deceptive? So I need to get out of that and meet someone new that you can walk into. If you're a person, right, and you have 3 people in your energy, or they do, or a family member, or anybody in general, if you don't deal and release things, okay, release things and work on yourself in order to be the best person that you are, which is caring, sharing, nurturing, and you give and you take, and you have a form and a quality of give and take. Giving and receiving, okay, equality, Aquarius, okay. If you don't have that and you can't release that, and you think, okay, well, I'll just settle for a marriage for children's sake, or I'll settle for my karmic partner because I didn't really have to release anything to them. They just treat me the way they did and I'm okay with that. So you self-deceive yourself and you destroy the future of whoever this can be or is, because you just carry it with you, where this turns out to be a very awkward card to get over, because you also have the 5, you see. So someone doesn't never get over their past, and then they just commit, or they get into a commitment with, or form a connection with someone spiritually, but also karmically, okay? And then what they do is they settle for their next partner, but it's not, so they have a wandering eye and they walk into another lesson because they didn't want to release this 5 of Swords that is blaming themselves, really. So what they do is they blame everybody because they have a wandering eye themselves, so they run from responsibility to carry that conflict onto the next lesson that they carry. That's generally for everybody, but that is also what is happening here in your reading. Because you have 2 major arcanas, which can mean 2 other people. If they're not in your chart and they're not in your person's chart, they can either be family members that are around your person or people that are around your person, which meaning non-committal or committal lessons of this here, where they can set up a marriage or a commitment or a partnership or some kind of ship, and they end up back in a lesson of 5, meaning that they don't never get over that, so they just set up another one because they always reconcile with their past, which means they settle for second best themselves because they don't want to go towards the future with strength, because they run from it, because they can't release their karma, so they self-deceive themselves. So then the 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, which is like the 5 of Swords in a way. It's a chain. Someone's caught in a loop of running from conflict, you see. They run from conflict of the 5 of Swords, which is the ego, parts of their mind, where everything's created through their mind, of fear, of abandonment and running from responsibility, because they run from making a decision. And what they're running from is conflict. So they're not dealing with their karma. They're not dealing. You have to deal with your karma. Wheel of Fortune of a cycle means that you go through it. It's an experience for you to go through. If you try to avoid going through it, that's why it's carried over through past life of the Matrix. You know, so they can cause then conflict at home, where they can end up like, these can be your children, you see, like childish games of the playground, meaning that your children learn this way, and why then for some people their children have fights and battles with people at school, and you wonder why they are, because it's always about you as an adult that runs from responsibility and probably has all your life. If it is you or them, it doesn't matter. This is a general reading. But because they do, you blame them and they blame you. And then you form the chain again of the Matrix. It's part of the ego, of the mind, of people constantly thinking and feeling, and thinking all the, like a fixed sign. It can be a moon sign in air, meaning Aquarius, and you do have Aquarius here, meaning that it's fixed in its way of Aquarius moon would be more of like structure that's built up through structure, okay? So these can relate to children or people, okay? But through structure, it could also be a Taurus moon, but meaning that it's fixed in my way of learning that through the mother, meaning moon cycle, moon, and also sun, meaning father, okay? But could be a Leo. But because of that cycle, what happens is that someone's structure of what they've learned through their mother and through society, meaning the mother, meaning that it was all grown through one energy of God and us, Lucifer and everybody, okay? Because of that cycle, you learn a structure. Now, if it's an Aquarius moon, that's how they communicate with themselves. They run from themselves because it's built up through a structure of being independent, but also non-committal. And it would roughly be the same as a Taurian moon as well, because it's fixed, you see, it's fixed in its way, meaning that a Taurus moon would really want to talk about things that are very grounded and like, I'm holding on to this regardless, meaning that I can hold on to resentment and blame, as well as sorry for people if you have that in your moon sign. I'm not digging at people, it's just your karma. It's just your karma of what you need to learn, that if you don't deal with things of the truth of yourself will present yourself again in another lesson with someone else, okay, or them, because you are fixed in such a belief way that every marriage or commitment that I am ever presented with, people always do it to me. Well, you do it to yourself. Libra energy, when I first started doing tarot card readings, your song for so long was Just by Radiohead. You do it to yourself. We all do it to ourselves. Just is about karma, karmic justice, just. And you represent Libra, the scale of balance, the all-seeing eye and the oracle, choice, the matrix. You know, could be very spiritual, yeah, for sure. But, you know, what's the return on my investment for being spiritually awoke? A fucking headache, you know? And it is. You get many of them, and it's also very difficult to deal with being spiritual, you know? Because you have clients and you have people to guide, CEO, leader, someone that owns their own business or they work really hard. Being independent also, independent. For some people, or well, everybody, we learn to be independent, and we learn to be leaders through facing facts about ourselves. When you can do that, you become very gifted, you know, because you can be honest with yourself. 7 is everybody, I mean, it's my life path number. Try dealing with that as your actual life path number, you know, because you run into people like this. You do, you know. And they run into you. Because it's always about you, you see. 7 aligns you with your chakras, and the 7 days of the week of astrology and 7 days a week of numerology, sorry. But there's more days than there are 7 days of the week. There's fucking lifetimes. We don't end as a soul. We end as a physical form and shape of a human being. But then the architect's designs the matrix. So we come here to learn and experience about running from responsibility of children or ourselves. That we cannot carry conflict and blame, because if we do, you just mirror it to yourself. You know, Neo and Mr. Smith. Neo and Mr. Smith. So then you've got Pisces in the mix. Or delay. Underlay. Get a move on, somebody. Because there's delay and there's an underlying problem that someone could have of where they're lost in purgatory through being non-committal, through things just not ever going anywhere. You know? So, the Knight of Pentacles is a slowest moving knight, okay? Meaning that it's always wanting to deliver a message, but it never actually does deliver its message to itself, okay? Because it talks about, reading is about you. Well, it's about everybody, you know. Soul groups of people and families that all learn in a chain. Everybody has their own wheel of fortune to deal with. But the Knight of Pentacles is not moving anywhere because it's non-committal, because it's scared to actually make that actual offer. So it holds on to the offer. But as an overall energy, it's constantly searching for something that's already found us. We're reaching for death on the end of a candle. We're searching for something that's already found us. It's a double-edged candle where you get burnt both sides. Your north and south node, your karmic warp, timeline after time, this has happened where it's never persisted to ever really go forward on a project, but it does. Meaning that this time you've come here and also in order to learn higher education, but also spiritual higher education, about aligning yourself with these kind of messages that I'm giving to you now. That the only person you ever deceive is yourself, Libra. Regardless of who's involved. If it's your parent, they're deceiving themselves. Fine, I'm not blaming people, and work is very stressful and hard. Okay, it is. Because someone is very spiritual at work also, and that's what they communicate people with, to, from. Where they're at work, but they also do things spiritually at work also. So you either do things of esoteric knowledge, or you write, or things on the computer and all that kind of stuff, or you'll just watch tarot card readings. And you communicate with people that you want to meet of that nature. And that you may meet someone of that nature through that channel, but it could be a commitment. But you know, tarot card readings, trust me, I've had great tarot card readings myself where I've met people, right? And the reading's been great, but it's ended up being very bad, you know, through this card. But the reading that month was fantastic. So what I'm trying to say to people is that you need to come out of illusion and thinking that life is full of roses and that everybody that may tell you that, wow, this is such a great reading and everything. A 10 is also a 1, okay? 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, everything is also a 1. Meaning that through past life there has to be an equal balance of the all-seeing eye, the oracle, and the mother and the father. Of yin and yang, right and wrong, dark and light, okay? So there has to be a giver and a receiver of the energy. Meaning that karmically, through past life, you get what you are owed. Okay, you are owed something. If someone takes something, if somebody takes something spiritually or karmically or physically in front of your eyes and they steal it, you are owed it. You are owed it back in energy also. Okay, so you have to have a receiver that gets something back, where something is also taken from the other party, that is the thief. Okay, because you also have the Hanged Man, which is like, doesn't have to be Pisces, but in a past life Pisces was known as the traitor. Okay, but he's fixed there because he has hecklers of people like Jesus on the cross. They didn't believe in him, the one, okay, but they also didn't believe in his path, his disciples and things. So they crucified him and they put him on a cross and they put him up for resurrection, you know. So he was known as a traitor, but he wasn't, because he had his own belief system and resurrection of his own belief system of people that believed in him. Okay, so he goes to on a search and on a journey, and a spiritual journey. So karmically, at the moment, things are in the balance. Lives are in the balance. Lives are in the balance. Richie Havens, great song. I've been waiting for something to happen, for a week or a month or a year, through the love and the blood and the headlights, through the sound of the something in my ear. So let's see. So you've got let's see, there's an opportunity, the all-seeing eye of a passionate new beginning, maybe with a Pisces, or being gifted as you've got two opportunities of two new people that you can also meet. One of them can be a Pisces from the past or the future, or someone that you want to offer to. Someone that can also still be stuck on their past, where things haven't gone forward for some people, and the person that they're connected with isn't moving forward and they're stuck. And this can be someone that ends up breaking out of this, and someone that you can meet maybe for some people. Because this also coupled here with the Piscean energy is in a reflection of things being delayed, okay, and things are delayed here. But this is also someone that shows up in life as they truly are. Things will appear as they truly are. When the doors of perception are cleansed, things will appear as they truly are itself. Everything comes to light in the end, okay, as it truly is. There's someone that can show up, you know, they show up for a date, or they show up as the person that they really are, full of passion and fire and leadership and entrepreneurship. But there's nobody in this card. It's gifted to you as an opportunity of someone that you can meet of the universe. It's gifting someone. Someone's gifted, blessed. Someone's a show. Could be a Pisces that's a grower, but if you know what I mean. But someone that shows up in life. They'll show up on a date and they'll show up as who they really are. And if they are a traitor in your midst, and you know they are, that's what they will show up as a traitor. If they're not, and they're an honest, gifted human being, very caring and nurturing, that's what they'll show up as. Because that will be them as a person, and you will more than likely either one, know them, or two, you don't yet, and that's the new person. So the Four of Wands, there you go. So really, this new person also could lead to a commitment. 1111, someone that you're in calling with, like 1111, that can mean the past or the present or the future. It's like the soulmate energy, and you've got this here, but you've got a lot of new stuff, but also old stuff. So Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus people, there are new and old feelings of around this kind of reading at the moment. But getting back on track, if this is the pertaining to a one message of the one person still, there is still lies and deceit, and there is still conflict that someone's carrying. If it's the old person, they're just really concentrating on work, and probably for some people concentrated on something that they're still in themselves. And that's why this is portraying as a 5 of Cups. Okay? Because regardless of this energy, of what other readers may do, I'm not someone that blows smoke up the arse, and I try to give you every known variable of what I hear and see. Is the fact that this 3 here goes from the 3 back to the 2. So you go back in time. You go back from like the 5, meaning turn your back on, to turn around to meet. Okay? So you go back in time, going from the 3 back to the 2, regardless, meaning that someone could be involved still in their past that you're connected with as the 5, and you are going to meet someone new. Or they are. Because regardless of the situation, you basically still go from the 3 of reconciling back with someone, but then you just go straight back to the 2 of a new beginning with the same person. But I'm really not feeling that, because if it is, it's going to be a mirrored lesson. Definitely, because you've got, well, I would say that generally anyway, but you have the 7 of Swords and the 5, meaning that someone's running from something in their life. They're running from like a commitment or a marriage, or they're non-committal because they run out of commitments, running out of time. Another song, Muse, running out of time. Running out of time. So there you go, look. You go from the 4 of Wands of happiness and joy and fulfillment of the home, or renovating stuff at the home. Also, I'll get onto that one. But you go from the 4 to the 3, which is like waiting for a package, or waiting for someone to return to do the same thing again in a marriage or a commitment, where it will happen again. It will happen again. Someone will end up waiting for someone to do it again. To self-deceive yourself, to be non-committal. So why the hell would you be watching tarot cards if you're non-committal? So you have karma. Because it's like, I'm still waiting for someone to like leave, but then come back to the home, like where they go to work. But whatever the fuck that is that they do when they're at work, they then come back to you, and you just end up waiting again. In a pickle. In a pickle. But then it could be Sagittarius energy that's involved. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I normally pick the Queen of Wands up as Sagittarius because it's mutable and it's spiritual. Okay, but for some people, Sagittarian energy can also mean the player. Can be. Okay? Because they believe in being free-spirited. Okay? Free-spirited. Which can also mean, for me, of... Well, it really does fucking depend. I know a lot of Sagittarian energy. My best friend, she's Sagittarius, right? She's married to a Taurus. Okay? She has Virgo in her chart. So, her husband, he could have Libra in his chart. And this could be a reading for him, right? She's very loyal. But it also drains her fire. But not. She doesn't like conflict, right? But I also know Sagittarian energies that are known as the player. It depends on their moon sign. It really does. You know, because it's no good, regardless, within this energy of wanting to be a free spirit, but wanting to be in a commitment, but being non-committal. If you want to be free, well, that means that you're a player, right? If you want to be free, but you want to be in a spiritual connection with someone, or you actually want to be in a union or commitment with somebody. But if that is you, and well, that means that you're single, right? But you can't give off an energy to anybody that you really want to be in a commitment, but you're non-committal. So you do it with other people and you run out of responsibility and carry blame because you do it to the next person, which makes someone a player. A player. Fucking holy moly donut shop. next Friday. Someone might be giving you a message Friday or next Friday or the Friday after next. Holy moly donut shop. But hopefully you generally get the overview of what I'm saying, because the Queen of Wands here holds one wand that is indicative to the 3 here, which makes the 4 of Wands here. Oh my word. So, sun, moon, rising. So, you've pretty much got someone that holds the key to something, but they're keeping hold of something and they're not committing to it to make the 4 of Wands come into reality and fruition. Because they're playing and toying with someone where they're keeping them waiting on a message or a package, or they're probably just waiting for things to come to them. Well, no, you come to me. For some people, which makes them non-committal, because they wait for things to come to them, which means that they take, they don't give. So there's not equality. So let's have a look at this Hierophant. The Hierophant. What's the Hierophant here for? The sun just poked its head out. So there you go. The father. Or it's something to do with the commitment or marriage of what I was saying through the Matrix. Children. To do with children, you know. The father of the Matrix was the architect that created the Matrix, meaning that he created children. The Hierophant. Eight. Communication. Whoa. Holy shit. I'm going to have to take those because they came out. Whoa, and you've got the 8 of... the 8 under there, and you've got the 8... Oh, so the 8. 2 8s. 16. 6 and 1 is 7. 7. 7. Meaning communication about home and someone that is very explosive. Walking on eggshells within a marriage or a commitment or something that's very destructive. That is a breakup, a marriage that's persisted to end and do the same thing because someone feels like they're walking on eggshells with the person that they're, whoever star sign, whoever they're involved with, they see as non-committal and someone that's very explosive, that you just talk to them and they just fucking release themselves, and they probably do it to themselves. Some of you could be in self-masturbation. Sorry, I hate coming out with that word, but that can mean that. Okay, but self-prostification, you know, but ending. Like, and then you've got the Empress, which meaning like the mother and the father, like ego, the darkness. Here is your north and south node, your karmic walk, okay, but your destiny, 7. Align yourself with the truth of decision and option, choice, the all-seeing eye, the oracle. Can also mean Scorpio. The ego, the darkness, that you come here in order to ridicule yourself from to make right choices. But at the moment, this is persisting to be an ending. And the communication could be the fact that there is an ending between a mother and a father. This can also mean Taurus, okay? But it doesn't have to be. It can just mean the mother, but someone that likes to remain in power. You have a power play, the Hierophant and the Empress. They don't move. That's why this can represent the sign of Taurus, because the Empress does not move from her throne unless she has to. It's the counterpart to the Aries, to the Hierophant, to the Emperor. But there's been some bad decisions made where someone has more options that they can shake a stick at within a commitment or a marriage. And that's why someone's running from it. And you also have the Eight of Cups here. Five and one is six. This and this is six. Presents itself as past life soulmate relationship, or that you have children with. Someone that you've got children with. Thank you, Spirit. Hmm. 3 and 2, 8. 13, 4. Not accepting offers. Looking at reconciling with 3. There you go. Past life stuff. Someone's still also in the mix for some people, connected to somebody else that they want to reconcile with, but they haven't dealt with their karma and they haven't sacrificed things. This is also talking about things of sacrifice, that you have to sacrifice an option. You can only have one path in life, and you have to go forward on it with action. Well, you can have many paths, but this is a spiritual journey. Someone that wants to be spiritual and go on a journey, but where are you going? The land of the machines? Someone's blind. Neo got blind in the last one, but he could still see, the all-seeing eye. He got blind by his alter ego, by his ego. He got blind by himself, that presented himself as Mr. Smith, but in a human form, you know, which was his alter ego. Someone is egocentric and egotistical, maybe. So, let's see of the Seven of Swords. Well, no, it's saying no. That is presented itself as it is. This person is running from conflict, but also towards it. They're running from it and towards it. They're stuck on themselves. They're stuck on themselves, which is why they could be very, like, egotistical, meaning that when I look into a pool of emotion, the only thing I ever see is myself in a reflection. It's the only person I'm ever worried about and care about. But I want and I need, but I don't know how to be in a relationship or get out of one. Non-committal to their own karma, also to understanding things about yourself. Listening. You want to be spiritual? Fucking listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Or listen to a guide, and actually one that speaks the truth and will tell you it. Bit like this. Libra. I'm going to have to put this one out because I can't put it. I'll probably put it out anyway, but the reason why I'll probably put this out on Facebook is that I cannot fit any more on any of my multimedia sites because I've run out of space soon. And it's my last sign. So let's have a look at why the Hangman is here. Why is the Hangman here? Tell me more about the Hangman. Is healing, that's why he's there, healing, and wanting to take a new direction, but standing at the crossroads. Standing at the crossroads. So that's kind of like, fuck me, there's some ones here, bruv. So, 3, 4, 5 ones. 5, conflict also. Having conflict. Somebody. 4, 5, 6 of wands. Was that here? 6 of wands. Feeling victorious. But could also be egocentric. But I'm not really picking that up. Because they're healing. But they're feeling victorious in actually healing themselves. Because they actually are, like, they want to expand. They want to explore the world. They want to go on journeys and trips. They want to, you know, expand globally, do things that they want to do free, like maybe with esoteric knowledge, and they don't want, well, fucking who does? Who dares wins? Who's a winner and who's a loser? You know? This person seems like they don't want it. Like they don't want conflict. They want to move away from it because it's facing away. But also willing to travel. You see, this person's willing to travel, willing to go on a spiritual journey, you know. But also like willing to wait. But I mean, how long is a piece of string? So they might be waiting for some kind of message or return. What are they waiting for? What's this Two of Wands for? Because there's also a waiting card here. What's the Two of Wands for? Libra. Wow. The Pisces is actually waiting for you, Libra. Or you're waiting for a Pisces? Strange. You come up in your own reading. Or there's something karmically that's being shifted. Something to do with travelling, but trying to resurrect the dead from the past. Justice. Shit. Yeah, travelling. Six of Cups are showing up. What's Justice here for? Justice. Something to do with distance. The Fool. Well, I've got to, because I see the Six of Cups before. The Fool and the Six of Cups. Someone that you had a past life relationship of the Six of Cups with, but you've got something new here of people of the Five of Cups, and then you've got the Six of Cups showing it. You've got too many cups of confusion, but someone that was involved in some kind of third party situation, or someone that you were heartbroken with from your past, or they was, and you want to travel, or they want to travel to actually go and see them. And it all stems with a Pisces. So they're sort of healing and willing to travel or communicate and waiting. And then you as a Libra, something's happened and you have experienced some kind of heartache through this. This can be anything within your family or people or anything, where it's persisted to hurt you. And you want a new beginning, or they do. And travel. And it's a soulmate relationship, like past life, Six of Cups. Let's have a look at what this Queen of Wands is here for. Queen of Wands. If anybody's watching this, and I'll put it up on YouTube, and I do, if you want to watch all the rest of your signs for the month that were very good readings, okay, they are over on Vimeo for you to watch independently and singly if that's what you want. This person's got choices and options and balancing. If you want to watch them, they're over there, okay? But if you want to watch all of them and you want to see every reading that I put up over on Patreon, please draw me over on Patreon, because you'll get to watch everything that I do from now on as Tier 1, which will be everything will be added to those. So every other reading that I've got and every other guidance video that I do and have, they are over there. There's one or two, but there will be some more. And you can join that for, I think, is £14, I think, or $16. Okay, and that'll give you access to everything. But if you just want to watch other people or whatever, other readings, you can watch them individually over on Vimeo, but it would end up being more cheaper if you join Patreon. Okay. But the Queen of Wands is thinking of, well, fucking could be loads of people. Two. The Two of Pentacles came out. Queen of Wands. Let me get the Queen of Wands. What's the Queen of Wands here for? Queen of Wands. Yeah. It's giving people messages to a water sign or actually giving a message. There's also wanting to like travel for love. Could be Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. You do have got Pisces here. This is my Pisces card, but it can be in a water sign, and you've got water sign here. One more. Let's see what strength is here for. Strength. Yeah. Leo is like moving out because of someone's juggling. Someone's deciding whether to fucking go backwards or forwards. To reinvest or not, or wait or not. Like, should I wait? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I not? 7 and 2 is 9. Should I be single? Should I be independent? Should I keep waiting? Should I not? Is this person going to do it again? Are they going to run from me, do it again? Are they not? They cause conflict wherever they go. They constantly make me wait and decide, and the fact that I probably have children with them or something, and that I travel backwards and forwards to see them, and I'm juggling money and finances and balancing fucking everything out, and I'm waiting again. Because it's something that I've had built up from the past. Okay, we're going to leave it at that, Libra. That is your reading. Thank you for watching the reading or ordering the reading, and I'll catch you again soon. Peace.